From the station working for you, this is an RTV6 special report.
I want to emphasize that these individuals are not numbers. For every single Hoosier that has lost their life, there is a family, friends, and/or community out there that is grieving their loss.
A somber message from health leaders after announcing Indiana's number of COVID-19 deaths now stands at 12. The State Department of Health is reporting 365 total positive cases of the virus. 2,931 people have been tested. A statewide stay-at-home order handed down by Governor Eric Holcomb takes effect at 11:59 tonight. Speaking at a news conference today, the governor says everyone needs to do their part to defeat the spread of the virus.
That's the whole purpose of Hunker Down Hoosiers. And we're doing the right thing. And to be part of this team, and when I say team, I mean everybody. I'm not talking about this administration. I'm not talking about the executive branch or the legislative branch or the judicial branch or folks who work inside this building. I'm talking about everybody.
The stay-at-home order ends on Monday, April 6th, but it could be extended depending on the course of the outbreak. Also at today's news conference, leaders with the Department of Workforce Development talked about how the state is supporting people facing unemployment as a result of the crisis.
Every Hoosier who has worked and who is out of work due to no reason of their own is eligible to apply for their unemployment insurance benefits. Even those who have been impacted through a temporary layoff. The governor has given us our every ask to provide as much flexibility under our Indiana laws as possible to ensure that we are providing benefits to as many Hoosiers as possible. So now more Hoosiers can qualify, like those who are quarantined and those individuals who must stay at home due to school closings.
For more information on how to apply for unemployment, go to theindychannel.com. Also at today's news conference, a warning from Indiana's top health official.
She wants you to know the coronavirus does not discriminate based on age. Now, while older people may be at a higher risk, younger people are not immune. As RTV6 reporter Cameron Riddle reports, no one should feel invincible.
When you feel invincible, you're not really paying attention to the fact that you could be infecting someone else who isn't.
That's the message from State Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box to younger Hoosiers who accepted the thought that coronavirus is a disease that primarily affects older people. But recent reports from around the country suggest younger people can be victims too.
I think as we get more and more people affected, we will have more and more people sick in all of our age groups.
Indiana's chief doctor says testing is now happening in all of Indiana's 92 counties.
We are seeing individual facilities pop up so that we can test those high-risk populations that maybe don't need to go to the emergency room, but it is critical that we know whether they're sick with COVID-19.
While more tests are being taken, the governor is urging the public to not only look at the coronavirus cases that have been confirmed, but the wider picture, which shows where we are headed.
The numbers don't lie. And if they don't put a little fear of God in you to act and act now and fight back now, I don't know what would.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Well, more testing means more confirmed cases of COVID-19. Two of those cases involve public workers, an Indy Parks employee and a Speedway firefighter. Indy Parks says based on health department and CDC guidance, there is no known risk to residents. The Speedway Fire Department says the firefighter who tested positive has been ordered to self-quarantine at home. 4 other firefighters are under quarantine orders as well.
And today, the state health commissioner also shared what officials are doing to get much needed medical supplies like gloves and masks.
We know that personal protective equipment is still a concern, and we've requested the rest of the Indiana share from the Strategic National Stockpile. We're also hoping to receive FEMA supplies. To supplement, industries and organizations from all over the state have donated PPE to their local hospitals and their health departments.
Commissioner Chris Box also says the Department of Corrections is making gowns and masks, and Community Health Network says it is accepting donations of personal protective equipment like gloves, gowns, masks, respirators, wipes, and more. The hospital system has launched a donation website and opened drop-off locations to make it easier for people to donate those items. You are encouraged to call 317-355 888-848-5599 or email the address you see on your screen if you have any questions. You can also find this contact info on our website at theindychannel.com.
Just because hospitals are focusing a lot of their resources on COVID-19 does not mean other medical issues stop. RTV6's Cornelius Hawker explains why it's important we all do our part to keep the spread of coronavirus down so nurses and doctors don't have to make difficult decisions when it comes to caring for people.
Terrifying images from European countries show hospitals overflowing with patients sickened by COVID-19. Here in the U.S., doctors, nurses, and other medical professionals are warning we need to take this virus seriously to prevent that from happening here.
So people need to stop thinking about just themselves and think of everyone around them.
Dr. Deborah Balos says people not adhering to the social distancing guidelines is what's going to keep this virus spreading.
There are people that are carrying this infection and don't even know it.
Those people, Balos says, will be the ones who give it unknowingly to someone else that'll end up in the hospital, which in turn exposes our healthcare workers to the virus, setting up a host of other issues.
A lot of providers who are testing positive and needing to take time off to recover on their own.
Dr. Greg Martin tells me hospital staff are just one part of our three-component healthcare system. It also includes the hospital beds, along with the equipment used.
Each of those are a potential resource that can be strained. And if we end up with a shortage of one, it doesn't matter how many of the other we have.
A shortage of one of those doesn't just impact people suffering from COVID-19.
For instance, a patient who experiences a car accident or a heart attack or a stroke may also need that same critical care resource and ICU bed. But if it's taken up by a coronavirus patient, then we can't take care of the young person who's been injured in a car accident or anyone else who's experienced some other life-threatening injury.
Dr. Martin is confident in our country's ability to handle this pandemic if people do their part to stop the spread of coronavirus.
The social distancing strategies and everything else that we're putting in place will make an impact, but it takes time for that to have its impact.
Working for you, Cornelius Hawker, RTV6.
You can also help the medical community by giving blood. Blood donations are always needed, but especially in times of crisis. The coronavirus outbreak is no exception. The Red Cross says it's facing a severe blood shortage right now. The organization is asking healthy people to step up and donate.
We are really encouraging folks to come out if they feel healthy, to come out and to donate. It is absolutely safe to do so, and it is important that we have a full amount of blood on the shelves so that we can make sure that we're maintaining a sufficient blood supply.
The Red Cross says donating blood is a safe process, and Red Cross employees are following thorough protocols to help prevent the spread of any type of disease or infection. Donors with O-negative blood, the universal donor type, are especially needed. We've got information on how to donate on theindychannel.com.
A late night for lawmakers, but still no deal as they continue to negotiate a multi-trillion-dollar stimulus package aimed at providing economic relief across the U.S. ABC's Alex Brochet reports this comes as the president is starting to call for the country to get back to business.
As COVID-19 spreads through the country, President Trump warning cautionary restrictions may affect the economy to the point of no return. The president now saying he wants the U.S. open for business by Easter, 20 days from now.
Easter is a very special day for many reasons. For me, for a lot of our friends, that's a very special day. And what a great timeline this would be.
And on Capitol Hill, lawmakers still struggling to reach a deal on a $2 trillion bill to rescue an economy in freefall.
The clock has run out. The buzzer is sounding.
There are lots of good things here, but we all know that we must do these things.
Both sides hopeful, and the market's responding to their optimism. But it's a different story for the American workforce. According to Morgan Stanley, 3.4 million people filed for unemployment last week. That's nearly 5 times more than the highest week ever.
People in this industry that tend to live paycheck to paycheck, not having even one is detrimental to your rents, to your car payments, to just everything, honestly.
People who get paid by the hour hit hard. Same for small business owners. Brian Morin's pizza shop in New Jersey has been in the family for over 25 years. He was forced to take out a $50,000 loan to help his employees get through the crisis.
We can't risk laying off our employees, and we can't risk them not having a paycheck.
Big businesses also crippled. The airlines, cruise lines, hotels. desperation felt across the country. A stimulus deal could help that, but right now in Washington, there is none. Alex Perche, ABC News, Washington.
Several local organizations, along with the city of Indianapolis, are working together to help provide child care for workers who are protecting the community amid the COVID-19 outbreak. The program starts tomorrow and will serve families of IMPD officers, Indianapolis firefighters, and public safety communication employees. Eligible personnel will be given a code that will discount costs by 50%. The YMCA is one of the providers participating in the program.
This evolved very quickly. Obviously, with the news of the virus, we wanted to make sure that we were able to serve our community. Part of our mission of the YMCA is to support our community when there's a need. So we think the need is definitely going to go up. Knowing that most schools are not going back until at least May, we know that care is definitely going to be essential, and we are here to be able to provide that for staff and hospital nurses and doctors.
The YMCA is concerned that space could become an issue. If you have a location that could be used, reach out to the greater YMCA. A new location can be prepped in as little as 24 hours.
You are the first responders right now. You are the heroes. We stand with you. Thank you.
And police officers took time to show support for healthcare workers today as both continue working on the front lines during the pandemic. This afternoon, Carmel officers drove through the ambulance bay at St. Vincent to honor the hospital's emergency department workers. Police say now more than ever, it's important to recognize those who work in healthcare. We want to hear your stories of Hoosiers working together during this tough time. Share the positive efforts going on in your community by emailing us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
Many businesses want you to know that they are essential and open. Working for You, RTV6 spotlights how one restaurant is providing meals and giving back to the community.
And more companies are going on hiring sprees as demand for their services grow as the coronavirus outbreak grows. Kevin?
Going, almost gone. Rain is leaving the state. I'll give you 3 reasons why tomorrow will be the best day of the week.
Big money at Menards. From the station working for you, this is an RTV6 special report.
RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers initiative is always committed to connecting you to job opportunities and resources, but that mission is even more urgent now as the impact of the coronavirus outbreak continues to cost thousands of jobs. Here now are some companies that are ramping up hiring to meet increased demand during the pandemic. Walgreens is adding more than 9,500 full-time, part-time, and temporary workers. Positions include customer service associates, pharmacy techs, and shift leads. The company says it plans to fill part of its growing workforce by hiring furloughed workers from hotel chains. Pizza Hut plans to hire 30,000 workers nationwide. The added employees will help the company conduct contactless delivery, carry-out, and curbside pickup. Pizza Hut says the hiring blitz will be fast. It aims to get drivers onboarded, trained, and on the road within 5 hours. And the grocery delivery service Instacart is hiring up to 300,000 new employees, doubling its current workforce. The positions are full-service shoppers. They shop to fulfill orders and deliver them. Instacart shoppers are treated like contractors, like drivers for Uber and Lyft. You can find links to apply to these positions and find information about other job opportunities by going to our website, hiringhoosiers.com.
This is all that's left at 11:16 of the rain that we had through the evening hours. About ready to leave Richmond. Liberty just passed through Connorsville, so that's out of here. We're dry tomorrow. The reason why tomorrow will be a great day, the wind will be light. We'll have sunshine back, temperatures in the 60s, and obviously dry. That's the key because our rain chances go way up as we get late Thursday, but especially Friday and Saturday. A solid 1 to 2 inch rainfall moving our way once again, with the bulk of that, I think, late Friday and on Saturday as thunderstorms develop ahead of a cold front. From north to south, you can see we're all in the rain, up to 2 inches from Bloomington, Columbus on the south. Let's talk about our temperature trend. Noticeable, sustained warming trend. That isn't even the warmest temperature in our forecast. I'll show you Saturday in a second, but we step up to 60 degrees tomorrow. I think the fact that we have some sunshine and light winds will make it feel even warmer than 60 61. Enjoy that. Temperatures with the rain chances coming up continue to climb as we finish the work week. Tomorrow, 47 at noon, a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Afternoon temperature right at 61 degrees. To the north, temperatures may fall just short of 60. Logansport, Marion, right on the number, Kokomo and Anderson. Central Indiana, lower 60s, and not much different to the south. We'll continue our march on into upper 60s as we get to Thursday. A lot more cloud cover Thursday, but I think rain more likely to hold off until we get to Thursday night. As far as our probability of rain, by 5 o'clock in the evening, still just 20%, but by 10 o'clock Thursday night, 70% chance for rain. Periods of rain, some thunderstorms Friday, 67 for the high. We step all the way to 71 Saturday. With that warmth will come thunderstorms and the potential for strong to severe storms. Always a reminder, some of this rainfall will be heavy as we get to Saturday, but the Storm Shield app, it is free, and it's a weather radio for your smartphone, iPhone, and Android devices. It will alert you no matter where you're at, and if you happen to be asleep, hopefully wakes you up. On Sunday, after the thunderstorms Saturday, we're much cooler, but we're dry, 55. Still dry Monday at 57 degrees.
Kevin, thank you for that. Restaurants have been given the okay to continue takeout and delivery service during Indiana's stay-at-home order. RTV6 will be spotlighting some of them as part of our new We're Open Indy series. Brad Brown shows us how one local sandwich shop is paying it forward.
Much like many areas around the metro area, Mass Ave sits pretty quiet here on a Tuesday night, but this is now considered Takeout Tuesday. Many of these restaurants, as are many all over central Indiana, are open for takeout and delivery. One Indianapolis restaurant is using a busy day to give back to another local organization.
Here you go. We got the Brotherly Hog Island Philly special.
Today is National Cheesesteak Day.
Like, she's from Pennsylvania and I'm from Pennsylvania, so we decided to take advantage of her takeout.
It's just been crazy. We've been busy.
Yeah, we drove from Westfield down here.
I can help you to your car. We'll take care of it later.
I couldn't get through on the phone. They were so busy.
1 second, okay?
Brotherly Love. It's a mix of meat and cheese, and it sounds very good.
I've never had one. Figured I'd get a Philly cheesesteak sandwich and try it.
Thank you very much. Beautiful car.
Thank you.
Honestly, that's all we sell. I mean, we sold a few hoagies in between there, but I mean, the cheesesteaks are going like hotcakes. Mr. Mason, yours is coming. Randy. Oh. I mean, in light of everything that's going on with all the COVID-19 situation.
I'm at the white car right there.
And all the schools being out and all the businesses being closed. Yeah, we definitely appreciate all the support. We appreciate Indianapolis for coming out and seeing us. Thank you.
15% of Tuesday's sales from Hoagies and Hops will be going to the MLK Community Center. So one organization paying it forward. Again, the community taking care of itself during these trying times. We'll be bringing you more of these stories about businesses that are remaining open around central Indiana in the days and weeks ahead. Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
You can find a long list of restaurants and their addresses and other businesses that are still open to serve you on our website, theindychannel.com.
And a reminder, if you are having trouble putting food on the table during this difficult time, there are many free options. A Greenfield business is among those stepping up to help. Life Choice provides community and in-home services to those with disabilities. And today, the company bought 200 pounds of ground beef from Knightstown Meats and Catering and let anyone who needs some extra food take some home. The meat was gone in about an hour. The owners of Life Choice say it's not just about providing food, it's about providing hope.
It doesn't matter your circumstances. It doesn't matter how much money you make. That's irrelevant. If you're in need, you come get this meat. And I had to turn people away, and it broke my heart. But when I'm out, I'm out. It's unfortunate, but I will do this as long as we can.
Knightstown Meat and Catering also provided 40 packages of free ribs. Life Choice plans to give out more Meat Friday from 1 to 3 at its location in Greenfield. And Indy Park school districts and churches are just a few examples of organizations that are also providing free meals in the days and weeks ahead. You can find dates, times, and locations at theindychannel.com.
Still ahead here, a man who has responded to every major disaster over the past decade shows what his nonprofit group is doing to help during the COVID-19 outbreak.
At Dream Mattress Studio at Value City Furniture.
From the station working for you, this is an RTV6 special report.
There are many unsung heroes providing resources and services during this coronavirus pandemic. Some nonprofit groups are helping feel the need for medical supplies that hospitals are having trouble stocking. Scripps reporter Amanda Brandeis takes us inside a California warehouse that has been responding to disasters for a decade.
Gloves, gowns, sanitizer, and masks. Shipped out daily to doctors and nurses fighting on the front lines of this pandemic.
Total count of all the boxes. We're going to make FedEx labels for each single one of them.
Going to places most desperately in need.
Massachusetts, New York, Washington, California.
I need a double count. I got a number.
Okay.
We actually purchase and make these masks here for California wildfires mostly. And whenever you need them, there's never enough.
Headquartered in Santa Barbara, California, Direct Relief responds to disasters every single day.
I've now responded to every major disaster that's hit since 2010 when I lived in Haiti after the earthquake.
But longtime employees like Andrew McCullough sensed early on that this one was unlike the others.
Back in January, when we got asked to send personal protective gear like masks and gowns to China, where it's mostly all made, we started questioning, like, this is something different.
Direct Relief's masks are N95 masks.
The nonprofit has one of the largest N95 stockpiles in the country, but their supply is quickly being depleted, shipping out thousands a day. They had 500,000 masks 2 weeks ago, and now they're down to half that.
We've had over 100 requests from hospitals and healthcare centers over this last week.
They're working to stay ahead of the crisis.
So this pallet here contains 42 oxygen concentrators.
This shipment is going to China to help recovering patients breathe. With these devices, patients can go home and free up hospital beds.
There's a shortage of critical care beds in this country, and not only the bed spaces, but the staff.
They're ramping up stockpiles of oxygen concentrators, medications, and ventilators. Since the outbreak began, Direct Relief sent supplies to 31 countries, including over 1 million masks, 48,000 gowns, and over 1.6 million gloves.
It feels amazing being able to help people every day.
These situations can feel so overwhelming, and it feels like, it's out of control and there's nothing we can do to stop it. But really, there is something we can do to stop it. We have a robust supply here.
With every shipment, health workers receive not only supplies, but the encouragement to keep fighting on. Reporting in Santa Barbara, I'm Amanda Brandeis.
Well, this week, Direct Relief is sending oxygen concentrators to U.S. health providers. Ventilators expect to ship out next week. The nonprofit hasn't received new shipments from China, but now that the spread of the virus is slowing there, they expect more gloves, masks, and protective gear in just a few weeks. We've brought you a lot of information tonight about the coronavirus outbreak, and there's even more on our website. Go to theindychannel.com/coronavirus for anything and everything you need to know anytime.
2020 Nissan Altima.
Before the state deadline to stay home, teachers in Johnson County wanted to show support to students. Dozens of vehicles rode through neighborhoods in Whiteland, New Whiteland, and Greenwood. Kids and their parents greeted the staff of the Clark Pleasant School District with smiles and signs saying, "Miss you." Due to the rain and dropping temperatures, many families waved from inside their vehicles or homes.
You think the kids were hoping they were throwing candy?
Always.
All right.
It could have been the shock of
wishful thinking, right?
Passing out homework. That wouldn't have been good. All right, I am swinging for the fences tomorrow. We start out with partly cloudy skies. We'll have sunshine, and we hit 61 tomorrow afternoon.
I want to thank you for making RTV6 your choice for news. Nightline is next.
GMI starts at 4:30. Good night.